Today on TOKKANTE, I'm looking at an amazing 3-watch collection that you can get for less than the price of one Rolex OP Tiffany dial in 36mm. I know it's crazy, right? But last week my friend contacted me and said, "Hey Ben, do you think I should get a Rolex OP Tiffany dial now? Do you think it's a good investment? Do you think it's gonna still go up in value?" And when I hear this, my blood boils. I mean, come on, don't be a sheep. I think there are only 3 reasons why you should get an OP Tiffany dial now. So we'll look at what those 3 reasons are. Then we'll look at market prices for the 31mm, 36mm and 41mm. And for less than the price of the cheapest 36mm, I'll build an entire collection of 3 amazing pieces, including another Rolex. Hi everyone and welcome, I'm Ben. So what are the only 3 reasons when someone should consider getting an OP Tiffany dial? The first one is if you can get it at retail. Obviously, I'm not going to be all hypocritical here. I would do the same. Get it. If you don't like it, you can easily resell it. Number 2 is if you genuinely really love the dial and money obviously doesn't really matter to you. And number 3 is I'm not judging here but for status or attention, especially on social media. If you can get yourself one of the Tiffany dial or like an odorless Tiffany dial, then you're going to get a lot of attention with that. But if you're just speculating here and if you're getting it as an investment vehicle, then I think you might be too late for that, because now those are tulip prices and you might have missed the boat. So if you just get it as an investment, then I think you don't care about horology and you should just get yourself some Tesla stocks or something. So what I'm saying is, don't be a sheep. Look beyond the hype once again, open your eyes. And what I would like to suggest to you is the thinking man choices. Okay, so now let's look at current market prices for the 3 versions of the Tiffany dial, the 31mm, the 36mm and the 41mm. So I'm going by Chrono24 prices, and I know those are seller prices, and usually you could probably take off maybe 15% off of those prices. But with the current, crazy bubble with Rolex prices, especially on this dial, I'm not sure you can do that anymore. So I shoot those videos 1 week in advance, so by the time you watch this video, prices might have gone up even more now. So for the OP31, we're looking at prices in US dollars from $15,000 to $26,000 US dollars on Chrono24. For the OP36, we're looking at $25,000 to $38,000. And for the OP41, we're looking at $33,000 US dollars to $43,000 US dollars. I mean, we're almost reaching, Daytona prices at that level. So most people will probably go for the 36mm or the 41mm. So let's take the cheapest 36mm, $25,000 US dollars listed on Chrono24, and I'll give you an amazing 3-watch collection for less than $25,000. Okay, so now let's build our 3-watch collection, and these are the criteria. First, a sports watch or a weekend watch. Second, a dress watch. And third, a daily watch. So let's start with a sports watch, and for these I'm gonna say look at Tudor, because they offer great value, very popular, and they may maintain or even increase in value. So I'll give you a few choices here. First, you could start with Black Bay Chrono. Very popular now, a little bit difficult to find. At retail, this is $5,325. But if you don't want to wait on the list, or if you can get it, you can still get it on Chrono24 between $5,800 to $6,700 US dollars. Another one that you could go for is the Tudor Black Bay GMT. So this one has been around, for a while now, still popular, but you should be able to get it. In Hong Kong, I can see it in windows of 80, so it shouldn't be a problem. But if you cannot find it where you live, you can still find plenty of examples on Chrono24. So this is $4,175 US dollar at retail, and on Chrono24 you can see it between $3,200 to $6,000 depending on the age and condition. Now, another one that I would suggest you to look at, especially if you care about investment, and since you were considering the Tiffany dial, I'm thinking you do, is to go for the original Black Bay 79-220N, the one with the black dial and black bezel. So that one was only produced for about 6 months in 2016, right before the introduction of the in-house movement. And I've talked about this watch in my video about a year ago about the 5 great pieces to invest in below $5,000. And within less than a year, prices have gone up, and now you can find it on Chrono24 between $6,700 to $11,000 US dollars. Now, if you don't care about investment, of course, you could always look at the Black Bay 58. Now for dress watch option, I suggest to you a high value, high horology, extra thin micro rotor, possibly the best dress watch option you can find for $7,000, and that is the Chopard XPS 1860. And I can already hear some of you say, oh, Chopard, but that's a jewelry brand. Well, actually, when Louis Ulysse Chopard started the brand in 1860, it was originally a movement manufacturer. Up until 1963, when it was acquired by a jewelry brand, and then they went into a different direction. But in 1996, Chopard started a Chopard manufacturer again and developed the 1.96 extra thin micro rotor movement with input from Michel Parmigiani, and that became one of the best movement of contemporary horology. Even Philippe Dufour has said this is one of the best movement he has ever seen. So in 1996, when this came out, there were two versions, one in gold, that was Geneva seal, and one in stainless steel. So this is the one I suggest to you. It's 7.2 millimeter thin with an extra thin movement, 22 karat gold rotor, COSC certified. I mean, this is amazing. Originally, when it came out, it was $9,500 US. Now you can find it on Chrono24 between 6,700 to 8,700. So it has retained actually very good value. And if that is just a little too dressy for you, you could go with another version, the Chopard XP, which is a little more, casual dress, and it has a very similar movement architecture, but that one is not COSC certified and it doesn't have the gold rotor. And finally, our daily watch option. So up to that point, my friend thought, yeah, these are great options, but it's not a Rolex. So I'll give you a Rolex. I'll give you the Rolex Explorer. That's the perfect watch, right? It needs no introduction. So I'll suggest to you the 39mm version, the 214270, and specifically the Mark II version of that model, the one with lume at 369 and the hands that were the correct length. So this one is not the authentic original 36mm Rolex Explorer, but to be honest, I prefer it. I think it sits better on my wrist, and 39 is a much more contemporary size. This model was only made for 5 years, between 2016 and 2021, and we know that in Rolex terms 5 years is not very long, and who knows, that model may become very collectible in the future. So for now you can find it on Chrono24 for around $10,000 US for a good example with box and papers, and it goes up from there. So to recap, if we go with the original Tudor Black Bay Black, the 79220N, for around $7,000, and we go with the Chopard XPS for another $7,000, and then a Rolex Explorer for about $10,000, that's $24,000 total, which is less than the minimum price of the 36mm Tiffany dial at $25,000. I mean, that's crazy, and I think to me that's a much better collection than just one Tiffany. And then if you wanted to buy the 41mm Tiffany dial, the cheapest option was $33,000. Well, you could blow it all on one watch and go for Patek Philippe Calatrava 6119, either the red gold or the white gold. I think the white gold is more contemporary, that you can find this for around $30,000. I mean, that's insane to think that you can get a Patek for the price of a 41 OP Tiffany dial. So what do you think? Do you think those are better options, or would you still bet on and speculate on the Tiffany dial? Let me know in the comments. As usual, subscribe for more. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.